It seems that men don't get custody of their kids nearly as often as women do. Is that perception actually accurate? Well, a 2016 census report came out that says that 17.6% of fathers get custody. So why in the world does that happen? Well, if you look back over the generations and over the centuries, for centuries, children were chattel, personal property that belonged to the father. So it was a no-brainer. But then in the 1900s, so last century, we've all of a sudden got judges applying the law to look at, well, who's raising them? Who's taking care of them? Well, that was moms typically. And up until the 60s and 70s last century, moms were stay-at-home moms, so they primarily won custody. But interestingly, even with all of the moms going off to working over the last decades, they're still winning custody. Why is that? Well, probably the biggest reason is if men walk in with the preconceived notion that they're not going to get custody and they don't fight for it, they don't ask for it, well, then it's not going to happen. If you walk into court and say, well, I would like my every other weekend and I'd like my alternating holidays, that's likely going to happen. So, there are certain states nowadays that say, well, the court system should start with a 50-50 division of parenting time, so treating men and women equally. Michigan has considered that, but hasn't applied it as a starting point, even though some judges might. And it has over the last decades, as our society changes, has changed. But if we look at the facts, I mean, you can look at the book Fair Play by Eve Rodsky, talks about the division of labor in a marriage between moms and dads, husbands and wives. Women still typically take the lion's share of everything. Who brings the kids to the doctor, to the dentist, attends all of the school events? When the kids are sick, who stays home with them? The list goes on. So even when a court system looks at that, who has been providing the day-to-day care? If it's typically the mom, even if she's working full-time and raising the kids full-time, it puts dads at a disadvantage. The court system has to look at the best interest factors. The best interest factors, there are 12 of them in Michigan, and you can look at who's providing for the daily care, who's providing for their financial needs, who's providing them, where do the kids go to when they seek comfort and have a question, for example. If they're calling mom to say, come get me at school because I'm sick, or I've got a problem with a friend, and they keep going back to the parent who has made themselves more available, it puts dads at a disadvantage. So what can you do? If you're a dad that wants to be more involved, get more involved. If you're prior to filing for divorce, meet with an attorney. Get advice as to what to do. Become involved with your kids' schooling. Become involved with their extracurricular activities. Take them to the doctor. Take them to the dentist. Be involved. Because the American Psychological Association came out with a recent study where they looked at a whole bunch of studies about the welfare of kids. Kids that have both parents in their lives, showing that they care, showing that they love them, they're involved with their daily care, end up better adjusted, are more successful, have fewer problems with the law, and you've got a much healthier child. So whether you're doing it for your own interest or your kid's sake, the more that parents are involved with their kids, the healthier the kids. And that will also give you better fighting odds when you go to court to say, yes, Judge, I am involved, I am a good parent, and I want to be more involved. Hopefully that helps. Until next time.